And here we are again, 7:39. Greg is hanging around. We've got the coach Ryan Wood of the GoldMiners on the horn this morning. Good morning, Ryan. How are you?
Morning, guys. How's everybody this morning?
We are good, considering, it's March the 8th and it's still snowing.
Well, I think that's going to be a regular occurrence here probably.
It's going to be a common theme over the next few days anyway.
Yeah.
So regular season is in the books, and a bit of a layoff before you begin the playoffs, as we have the mini series, the best 2 of 3 that goes this weekend. Anything special you do when you have such a long layoff?
Yeah, you make them work harder.
Nice.
Good answer.
I mean, we've got some time off, which is great for us to help get some of those guys that are really close to returning to our lineup and get our lineup back to playing with a full roster. So it's nice to be able to know that, at least going into playoffs, you're going to be able to have a full roster ready to go.
Well, we played 56 games this year.
Yep.
Off the top of your head, how many with a full lineup?
I bet you maybe 40.
I didn't think it was half.
Well, I mean, 40, I'd say with a full lineup that includes APs. But I mean, we've had between suspensions, injuries.
Yeah.
Well, that's just it. When you talk about guys missing from the lineup due to injury and whatnot, it's less than half.
Well, I bet you it is less than 40. I mean, I didn't keep track, but you're probably right about that. I mean, there was a lot of games that we utilized APs and we utilized
short bench and whatnot.
Short benches. I mean, it's just been one of those weird years, and we've definitely learned from it and know what we need to do in terms of transitioning going forward.
So you finished third in the East, 24, 21, 7, and 4. Were you happy with that? What did you think?
You know what? I didn't really set a goal this year. I mean, us as a group, we did. Myself personally, I didn't know what to expect.
Right.
I know that I didn't want to finish in the basement and embarrass myself in the first year in town.
Especially when you don't know the league, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was really happy with where we finished in terms of avoiding having to do the play-in series. That was the team goal.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to finish in the top 3 and make sure that we were solidified to get ourselves into a best-of-7 series right off the bat, which we accomplished. So, that was one goal that we accomplished.
It's kind of a funny year, Ryan. You were kind of stuck in third for quite some time, right?
Yeah, we were right there. There was one point in the season where we went on a nice little stretch. I think there was maybe about 18 games left in the year.
Mm-hmm.
And we had got to within 3 points of Cochrane, and then we started to think, I wonder what...
Just
maybe, right?
Yeah.
And then, then somebody blows up their shoulder, another guy gets his wrist injured, we get a guy to a concussion,
Exactly.
Nickerton takes a big 8-game suspension. I mean, there's a lot of factors that went into it, and not to make excuses, but at the end of the day, we got to within 3 points of Cochrane, and then everything just kind of, we kind of played 500 hockey after that.
Yeah,
and fortunately, because of the fact that we played 500 hockey, it allowed us to solidify the third spot. I mean, I was still always nervous that Hearst was going to catch us somehow if they decided to get on a run, but they had the same problems that we did. A lot of the teams in our division faced a lot of challenges when it came to rostering full lineups for games. And, it's something as a league that maybe needs to be looked at because it's sometimes it's a little more difficult to compete when you only got 15, 16 guys.
Exactly.
So
You're thinking like in the NHL when they have emergency like injury call-ups and opening up maybe some spots or something?
Well, exactly. In injury situations where, you should be able to bring guys in if, a guy's done for the year. I mean, we lose Kevin Ford for the year.
Yeah.
That's a card that's utilized. We should be able to potentially get that card back.
Yeah,
especially with concussions and that now too, right?
Exactly.
Like in a case like you brought up Chevy. Chevy played a game and a half?
Yeah, a game and a half.
And he was done for the year.
Card. That's
Yep.
it. Yep.
Done for the year. The card is burnt. There should be. That should be looked at.
So overall, coming into the league, what'd you think of the league?
It's a very good league. It's faster, it's bigger, it's stronger. It's very competitive. And you can see, though, throughout the year, as teams continue to pick up players from other leagues, that the league continues to get better, especially after Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't add pieces as the year goes on, you're going to fall behind the wayside.
Exactly.
And for us, I thought that we've basically had the same core group of guys from day one.
Yeah.
Which is, I think a feather in our caps. I mean, we always tried to tinker and bring in a piece to help things, and it seemed like every time we brought in a piece, with the exception of Connor Evans, it just didn't seem to work. They would get hurt, or something was just happened. So, you hope that maybe you learn from that, and going forward, you make sure that the pieces that you do bring in are the right pieces, and it improves your roster. But our guys have worked hard all year, and they're a tight group, and they care about each other, and we don't have drama or anything like that, so it's good, and all the boys are excited for playoffs.
Mm-hmm. And Nikitin had a good year. Tyler Fife led to 36 goals and had some good performances, right?
We put some value and stock in those guys, and they were horses for us. They did everything that they could to help the team be successful. And a funny stat that I was sent yesterday, but Tyler Fife has led the league in power play goals the past two seasons.
I noticed that yesterday looking at some stuff.
So
and your goaltending could go up against anyone as a tandem, right?
100%.
100%.
And I think our D have done an amazing job of improving and understanding their roles and how to handle the game for young guys. I mean, other than Connor Evans, we've got a young D core, right? So every D that we have, other than Evans, could return next year. And then our forwards, we haven't had a ton of offensive juggernauts up front, but everybody's done something to contribute, whether it's blocking shots or making sure pucks get out. They're just playing the game the right way. And, it'd be nice for them to contribute a little bit more offensively, to take a little bit of the pressures off of Fife and a Nikitin. But, they're doing things different and contributing. And maybe not on the score sheet, but every shift they're out there busting their butt, which is great.
Well, it could be worse. It could be Blind River. They finished 33-19-4, had 70 points, and got into 2 out of 3 for 4-5.
Yeah, I know. Well, for sure.
I know.
Could lose in the first round.
That's tough. I mean, I know they were right there, but again, you want to talk about a team who's faced some adversity the last 3 weeks. They lost their number one goalie with an MCL for the year. Their best penalty killer just broke their wrist in practice last week. So, I mean, they're facing adversity, and it's across the board. Every team's had to deal with it this year. It's just a matter of, how do you deal with it and how do you overcome it?
It's like Rayside won the West, and they sent their 2 best players to the queue.
For sure. I mean, but they've made pickups. I mean, they've Oboswin, who's been a Sudbury Wolves player this year. I mean, he's very good, and I mean, they've adjusted their lineup a lot better than the 2 games that we played them. I mean, we played them 2 good games, beat them 4-1, lost 4-1. I mean, the goaltending that they got, and it's a testament to the GM, where he's very well connected in major junior hockey, so he gets those trickle-down guys, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so time off until you play next weekend.
So what's the scoop? You're going to practice today, then give the boys till Monday off?
Yeah, we're going to practice today, go hard. And I'm going to give the boys 3 days off to go back and see some family and recharge the battery a little bit, and then we're going to go hard Monday. Monday morning we're going to go hard, and we're going to practice all throughout the week and get ourselves prepared for Cochrane Friday, Saturday.
Get ready to shock the world.
Yeah, hey, you know what? We're underdogs. If we play our systems and work hard, anything's possible. I mean, we've played Cochrane tight a lot of games this year, especially in the second half of the season. And hey, they're older than us. They've obviously got more experience, and they got that momentum now that they're hosting the Dudley Hewitt, so they got a little bit extra swagger. But at the end of the day, if we show up and we compete, anything's possible.
We like to take swagger out of people.
Yeah, we sure do.
Thanks for doing this, Ryan.
Yeah, my pleasure, guys. Have a great rest of your week and weekend.
So you heading home to see the family?
Yes,
for a couple days?
Yep,
Right on. Say hi to everybody for us.
Will do.
All right, head coach Ryan Wood of the GoldMiners joining us. The boys will practice today, then a couple of days off, get back at it Monday, preparing for the playoff series against the Cochrane Crunch that begins next weekend. 7:48. Greg will be back shortly with Tabloid Trash.